How do you think it went?
Oh, I think it went as well as could possibly be expected. I think she was incredibly relaxed. I think in the video that came through to me as very poignant, how relaxed she was, how comfortable she was. And her idea of the road trip just cracks me up, because I can totally hear her saying, let's take a road trip, and no one on the staff really understanding what that meant. I did jump on a call this afternoon, and Huma Abedin was on the call from the road, which was a lot of fun, and they were making their way and having a good time. And again, everybody is very comfortable, and it's everybody's rolling up their sleeves. There's a lot of humbleness, which I think is also terrific, and everybody's in it together, which is a great way to start.
Where did they call from? Do you know?
I don't know where exactly they were. She didn't say, but she just said they were on the road. I think she called from the van itself.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Patty, how do you think it's going?
I think it's going great. I mean, I love the video. I thought it was hopeful and fun and, you know, about the future and relatable and all those great things. And the idea of the road trip and not telling anybody about it and stopping at the gas station and talking to folks, I just love it. I think it's off to a great start.
Patty, you know that she's an optimistic, hopeful person about the future. You also know that she sometimes worries about things a little bit. Occasionally is known to fret. If there's anything she's worried about today, what's she worried about?
Running out of gas, maybe, or actually, no. She's probably worried that, you know, she gets to Iowa on time for her first events. That's probably what. If she's worried about anything, it's that.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. But don't you think she's worried about Charlotte too? I think she's thinking, you know, what's going on with the granddaughter a little bit. She always finds time to worry about those things, you know, even when she's in the heat of it. But I think, Patty, you're totally right. Am I going to get there on time? Let's make sure we get there on time. Right. Where else can we stop along the way? I think she's... Yeah,
I don't know if worry's the right word for... I'm sorry, did I break in?
Go ahead.
I don't know if worry's the right word for Charlotte. It's just more like, what's she doing? You know, what's Chelsea doing? What did she do today? I don't know if it's worry more than, you know, I want to be there.
Patty, you think she's watching the press coverage, reading the press coverage, wanting to know how it's being covered, or not caring about that?
I don't think she's watching it because she's in a van. I think she's probably asking Huma to tell her how it's going, as opposed to actually reading it. I think, you know, I think she's really focused on going to Iowa, talking to voters, really. I don't, you know, no offense to you guys, I don't know if she much cares what you're saying at this point.
Wow.
I think what's interesting about this, and Patty knows it all too well, because she was, you know, at the helm in 2000 in the Senate race for a good part of it and played such a pivotal role. But you're seeing a lot of what was so successful for Hillary Clinton in 2000 now at the beginning of this race, which is, you know, yes, she's very substantive, has a lot of policy ideas, but she's not going out there front and center with them. Rather, she wants to have a conversation with voters. She wants to hear what's on their minds, hear what their struggles are, hear what their ideas are for potential solutions to issues, and kind of formulate as she goes. And I really do fundamentally believe she's going to try to earn every single vote in a hard-fought way. Nothing's going to be taken for granted, don't you think, Patty?
Yeah, in fact, I'm so glad you said that, because what she's doing now really does remind me of the 2000 race and what she did in upstate New York, which was really spend a lot of time there and talk to people one-on-one in small settings, and even spend the night in supporters' homes. And we found that that was just so effective because in its own way, it was very viral. You know, it was neighbor talking to neighbor. Oh, I just saw Hillary, and she's great, and she's nice, and she's smart. And I think that's what they're doing this time around in Iowa. And for her, I think it's very effective.
Patty, I want to ask you, you know, you lived through 2008. The idea in 2008 that Hillary Clinton would have ever said the words, hey, I want to get in the car and drive to Iowa, would not have been words you would have kind of thought of came out of her mouth. Well, Iowa was not a state that she loved in quite the same way she loved a lot of other states, and she suffered there. How do you think what do you think her psyche is about going back to that state, given everything that happened last cycle? 2 cycles ago.
Look, yeah, 2 cycles ago. It's no secret. We were definitely out-organized in Iowa, but she did get a lot of the traditional caucus goers, and I think she had a lot of respect for, the way Iowans really like to kick the tires. So I think she's going back there now thinking, okay, I know what to do now, and she's going to do it, and that she's going to really spend time with voters. I think if she thought she could have gotten in a van and just driven around, she would have. But I think our campaign back then was really about, well, we've got all these press that need to cover you. And I think this time around, she's just like, I don't care. I'm just going to do it my way. And it's refreshing.
I think that's so right. I think that's what's different this time. I think she's learned from the lessons of 2008. I think, she's digested a lot of it. She's analyzed it, and she's going at this the way she wants to go at it. And it's not like she has to prove herself in terms of her capabilities. People, I think she's, capable based on her experience. Now she's just going to go be, the candidate that she wants to be. Long ago, the Raging Cajun used to say, she's a thoroughbred, let her run, and let her be herself. And that's spot on, and that's exactly what I see here. I saw the comfort in the video. Let's take the road trip. Let's stop at Chipotle. Let's stop at the gas station. She's tweeting, which I love, and signing it, -H from the gas station. So I think it's just so different this time, and it's really very real.